This is the latest on space weather, X-flare after X-flare after X-flare, and a geomagnetic storm watch reevaluated. We've had an X-flare in May 31st, X-flare June 1st, X-flare 2nd June 1st, and a 3rd June 1st. 1.1x on June 1st, 1.4x flare in the midday June 1st, and then a little bit later 1x1 magnitude. So 3 X flares all on June 1st. Of course, we have solar maximum now, so this is very strange though. Geomagnetic storm watch reevaluated, space weather says. Evidence is mounting that a halo CME seemingly hurled into space by one of yesterday's X-flares may have been a far side event. If so, the coincidental cloud will miss our planet, thank goodness, and not cause any geomagnetic storms, but we have to stay tuned for further analysis and on these CME impact alerts. And we do have, as we said, X-flare after X-flare after X-flare, 3 in one day, exploding like popcorn, sunspot AR3664, ACA AR3697, produced 3 X-flares on May 31st and June 1st, the third a long-duration X1 class event, apparently producing a vivid halo CME. And this is what you're looking at here. Although the timing of the CME seems to be perfect a match for one of the X-flares, forecasters have noted a lack of extreme UV wave activity on the solar surface that normally accompanies the launch of the CME. Could this be a big coincidence? But analysis is underway, so they will tell us soon enough. Sunspot AR3664 has been decaying for days. What makes it so active though? And the magnetic map provides the answer. Within the sunspot's primary core, 2 oppositely signed magnetic poles. You can see the plus and the minus there, the plus north of the minus. So 2 oppositely signed magnetic poles are crowded together, plus versus minus. When this happens, magnetic recombination can cause very powerful explosions, even from a sunspot that's failing apart. NOAA forecasters estimate a 35% chance of X-flares and a 75% chance of M-flares June 1st. And what are magnetic reconnections in space? According to JGR Space Physics, magnetic reconnection converts, often explosively, stored magnetic energy to particle energy in space and in the laboratory through processes operating on length scales that are tiny. It facilitates energy conversion over dimensions of, in some cases, hundreds of Earth radii, and in addition, it's the mechanism behind large current disruptions in fusion machines. It can explain eruptive behaviors in astrophysics. We've known about the importance of magnetic reconnection for quite some time based on space observations. Theory and modeling employed magnetized fluids, a very simplistic description. While successful at modeling the large-scale consequences of reconnection, it is ill-suited to describe the engine itself. This is because at its heart, magnetic reconnection in space is kinetic, that is, governed by the intricate interaction of charged particles within the electromagnetic field they create, and this complex interaction occurs in very localized regions and involves very short temporal variations. Reaching reconnection requires the ability to measure these processes as well as to express them in models vastly more complex than fluid approaches. Until very recently, neither of these capabilities existed. With the advent of NASA's magnetospheric multi-scale mission and modern modeling advances, it has now changed. This has now changed, and we have now determined its small-scale structure in exquisite detail. And they say here, in this paper, we'll review the recent research results to predict what will be achieved in the future. Well, You can see that for yourselves. There's a link on space weather having to do with magnetic reconnections, recombinations. So this is the latest on space weather. A lot of X flares coming from the sun. We are in a solar maximum, obviously. Please leave your comments. Thank you for your support. This is on space weather. Thank you. Support my Patreon account. The daily posts are 5 videos daily, and they are totally different from what I have on my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for your support and that you find all my content so interesting. You'll find the Patreon account details in the description box below.